Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Lawson, and I chair the Wainwright and District Community Health Foundation. I would like to welcome everyone here to this unique celebration. A celebration that involves a special person, a very special person in our community, Dr. Beverly Brilz. In this time of COVID shutdown, I'm glad to see we have something to celebrate. And no better day to do this on National Physicians Day. So some of you might ask how we got here today. Sarah Hissett was instrumental in making this happen. She put together a team which included Carly Herbert from the town of Wainwright, Robin Layton from the Wainwright Health Center, and Lee Thompson from the Brilz Professional Clinic. Together, these individuals spent many hours in making this celebration happen. I would like to give them some applause to show our appreciation of their efforts. I had to chuckle a bit when Sarah came to me with the agenda today. Can you mention this, and can you mention that? And because we're on a time limit, can you make sure you don't run over 5 minutes? How can you possibly sum up the accomplishments of this doctor and do it in less than 5 minutes? Bev, I want you to know you are truly a pillar of this community. You have provided us with outstanding patient care for over 38 years, as many can see, given your heavy workload. You are a knowledgeable, caring, and well-respected member of our community. You have so many different roles and responsibilities placed on you over the years and handled each and every one of them with dignity and pride because of your caring nature. The generosity you have shown to every club that came looking to you for a donation to their organization has been above and beyond comprehension. I can only imagine that the smiles on these people's faces as they walk away makes you feel fulfilled and very happy inside. You contribute to our community not only with your medical skills and generosity, but also with much of your time. You are a CT scanner committee member who always seems to be able to find the time to attend our regularly scheduled meetings. I value your vast knowledge in this field and respect the amount of time that you can give when committed to a cause. I want to congratulate you on receiving this prestigious award. It's too bad that more people could not attend today's ceremony. You would have seen the number of residents that otherwise would have been here to show their support. This community will be forever grateful that you chose Wainwright to set up your practice. You don't need to come forward, Bev, but I would now like to present you a small gift on behalf of the Wainwright District Community Foundation members. We got you this bouquet of 38 roses, which represents one long stem rose for every year you've been in Wainwright. Thank you for your service to the community. I give you now the mayor of this beautiful town, Mr. Brian Bethune.
Thank you, Bill. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for coming out. As Bill has reiterated, there are many, many, many community members who wish they could be here today, but understand the circumstances. This is certainly not the gala we were hoping for to honor Dr. Brilz and recognize her receiving the Rhapsody Physicians Award. But in a medical crisis, nobody knows better than Dr. Brilz that we must adapt and make the best of what we have to work with. It is indeed an honor for me as my last year as mayor and a representative as a citizens of Wainwright to be bringing Dr. Brilz our thanks for everything you do to make our community a great place to live, work, and play. I know how kids look up to professional athletes as great role models and mentors, and I want to tell you that myself and so many in the community put you on the same pedestal. At many meetings and events I attend, I just greet her as Bev. And I certainly don't do that out of disrespect for the work she put into getting that doctor designation. But I believe her contributions to our community and the groups and organizations she is involved with is much more about Bev and who she is personally than the recognition she receives. She is simply a great woman who, the Reeve once said, is much more to the community than her medical practice. I was wondering the other day as I thought about this award Bev is receiving, is Bev a philanthropist? Now for me, that's a big word. So I looked it up and it says, one who makes an active effort to promote human welfare. Bev is a super philanthropist in our community's eyes. It's not just the financial contributions to so many causes. It's not just the service clubs she belongs to. It's not just the boards she sits on. It's not just the steering committee she attends. It's not just the mentorship she provides professionally and personally. It's not just her honesty when putting me in my place when needed. It's all these reasons and all these reasons put together are why we are here today. I don't want to take a lot more time, but I also thought about Dr. Brilz, the professional. And as I was asking around if anybody might know how many children Dr. Brilz has brought into the community, the closest and likely most accurate answer we could come up with is that if you went to any of the schools in town and while walking the hallways reached out and touched a student, it is probably one of hers, and some teachers as well. We as a community are so glad you chose to stay here years ago to start a practice for so many reasons. I could go on and on. As a doctor, as a person, and as a strong community member, on behalf of the citizens of Wainwright, I once again congratulate you, the 2020 Rhapsody Physician Award recipient. There is simply no more person more deserving in our community. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Jennifer Bestard, and I am the Central Zone Medical Director, and I also work for Alberta Health Services. I'm delighted to be here with you today and to have the opportunity to share a few words with you on behalf of Central Zone leadership and on behalf of AHS. I've lived in Red Deer now for about 10 years, and I am a neurologist by training, and I'm very thankful for all the work Dr. Brilz has done this year stepping in and being the facility medical director here at the Wainwright Hospital during this COVID time, and so I wanted to say special thanks for that as well. But I know that the pandemic has changed the way that we are able to celebrate and how celebrations might look, but this is a celebration nonetheless. And in the midst of this pandemic, we all do welcome the chance to travel to a new community like I did yesterday with my family and really be here to celebrate. As an organization, we are touched that the town of Wainwright is naming this green space in honor of Dr. Brilz. The town has been a strong supporter and even champion of local healthcare. Dr. Beverly Brilz Park is a fitting extension of that support and another reason we are so grateful to our municipal partners here in Wainwright. We're also grateful for the ongoing support of the Wainwright and District Community Health Foundation and their donors who help provide important health system investments that support patients and communities. I am particularly proud of the work we've done in Wainwright over the last few years, with more than a little help from our friends like the town, the foundation, and the Alberta Rural Health Professions Action Plan, with whom we collaborate on many initiatives. These partnerships and the combined efforts are only one piece of the whole. Without our incredible staff and physicians, none of the recruitment efforts or fundraising work would have the significance nor meaning that it does. It is because of our people and their dedication to caring for our patients that we're able to do what we do, why we have the partnerships and community connections we do. And one of those people in particular is why we're here today. Physicians play an essential role in AHS efforts to provide quality care and services for Albertans. More than that, they are an essential part of a community. For nearly 4 decades, Dr. Brilz has been part of this community, both within the walls of the Wainwright Health Center and within the very fabric of Wainwright itself, as we've heard from the other speakers today. Whether it is in clinic, in the emergency department or in the delivery room, her dedication to patients and her community sees her making a difference each day. I'm sure in her time here, she is perhaps now seeing the children of former patients become her patients in their own right, caring for new mothers as she perhaps once cared for their mothers, bringing the journey full circle. There is a special bond that develops between a patient and their doctor. This is at the heart of successful, supportive community healthcare and is something we strongly believe and advocate for. Hundreds of lives have been touched by her passion for healthcare and hundreds more inspired by it. She is generous with her time and her skills, imparting valuable knowledge and lessons onto the medical professions of tomorrow by mentoring students on a regular basis. In addition, when there is a cause she believes in, she is among the first to lend her support. This is true not only for patients who have benefited for years from Dr. Brilz' efforts to see health centers secure one of its first portable CT scanners in the world, but also in her advocacy for adults with developmental disabilities through Falcon Enterprises and her involvement with the Rotary Club in support of local organizations. More than well respected, Dr. Brilz is a figurehead in Wainwright and at the Wainwright Health Center. I am truly thankful for her work and share in her patients' gratitude for the contribution she has made to this community. Dr. Brilz, Bev, sets a shining example for the work of rural physicians and the impact they can have in their community. Truly, she has made the health center and the community a better place. Thank you, Dr. Brilz, for being such an integral part of this community and for the long-standing dedication to those in your care. May all who visit this park enjoy it and celebrate you. Thank you.
It is indeed an honor to be here today to celebrate this very special occasion where Beverly Brilz is recognized not only for the Rhapsody Award but for the naming of this park. We are fortunate in this community that when Beverly Brilz, Dr. Beverly Brilz, decided to set up practice in a rural area, she chose Wainwright. And the rural area is not certainly strange to her, having grown up in the Didsbury area, so she was very adaptable to our community, and it was tremendous to have her come here and join in our community. I know her very well from our common membership in Rotary, where we meet every Wednesday morning, and it's at 7 o'clock, and sometimes Bev comes to the meetings and she hasn't had much sleep because in the wee hours of the morning she's delivered a baby. And then occasionally the phone will ring and she'll offer a little bit of advice, and then the phone will ring another time and she'll listen for a moment and stand up and say, "Gotta go," and we know where she's headed, to that very important role of adding to our community in terms of numbers, which is tremendous. Bev has served 2 terms as president of our two one-year terms as president of our Rotary Club, and she has represented Rotary at a number of international conventions at various places in the world, and has done a tremendous job representing all of Rotary and in those manners. She's served on a number of committees and is always, as was mentioned earlier, always generous with both her time and her resources when it comes to fundraising. And the fundraising that Rotary does is, as has been suggested by previous speakers, is merely a picture of what she does in participating in the community. And it's more than that. In fact, if on Wednesday night next week you go out past Webb's Machinery, you could very well find Bev picking up garbage as we're doing the cleaning the ditches that night. And when down at the Stampede ground, active in parking cars, and sometimes with rubber boots on. And that was back in the days, Brian, when we had both the stampede and rain. We are kind of dry now. I was actually out in the field this morning, and I was down on my hands and knees. I was checking to see how deep the wheat was in, and one of our Rotary friends, Charlie McCormick, came along, and he wondered what I was doing. And I said, well, I'm just checking to see how deep the wheat is. But I said, I'm doing another thing, Charlie. I'm also, while I'm down here on my knees, I'm praying for rain, because we really do need some. And Bev, your contributions to Rotary and the community are significant, but I'd like to just mention something on a personal basis. 12 years ago, I experienced a health incident, and I had to go into emergency, and I ended up there for some time, and Dr. Beverly Brilz took care of me. And I know that it lasted into the afternoon to a time that was interfering with the patients, and Leah and others may have been having to deal with patients who didn't have Dr. Brilz there to look after them that day, because she was at the hospital looking after me. And Bev, I haven't forgotten it, nor will I ever forget that. I very much appreciate it. It's that very dedication that she showed me as an individual, and she's shown so many other people, that her professional organization is giving her the award here today, and that's very special. And it's that very dedication that gave the town of Wainwright reason to, in fact, name this park after her. And that makes it really kind of an exciting day. As was mentioned earlier, Bev is a great contributor and makes our community a better place to live, work, and raise a family. Bev, on behalf of all of your Rotary friends, want to extend their congratulations and the congratulations of this whole community.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amy Deagle. I'm the Director of Health Professions for RPAP, and it is my honor to be here with you as we celebrate Dr. Brilz. Bernard Anderson, our Executive Director, sends his congratulations to you and is so sorry he is unable to attend today. I am thrilled to be here on his behalf, as I've personally worked with Dr. Brilz back when I was a PCN nurse many, many years ago, so I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate you. RPAP is celebrating its 30th year of helping keep healthcare close to home. We look forward to continuing our work for many years to come as we support rural physicians and health professionals through our physician enrichment and continuing professional development opportunities, our housing supports for medical students and residents, delivery of our rural locum program in collaboration with the AMA, supporting our rural communities through our attraction and retention work, and showcasing our talented rural healthcare workers through our videos, social media posts, and of course through our Rhapsody Award. Rhapsody events present an opportunity to showcase rural healthcare and the healthcare heroes who make that possible. So it is truly an honor and a privilege to be a part of your celebration today. Since 2002, the RPAP Awards program has celebrated rural Alberta's healthcare heroes and the grassroots attraction and retention work of rural communities. In 2018, we reintroduced our awards as the RPAP Rhapsody Awards. Rhapsody is intended as a play on our name, a recognition of our expanded mandate, and a celebration of those individuals, teams, and communities that have made significant civic and healthcare contributions in Alberta, in rural and remote Alberta communities. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Rural Health Professions Action Plan, it is my sincere pleasure to congratulate you on being chosen as the recipient of the 2020 Rhapsody Physician Award. This award was established in 2002 to recognize the contributions of rural physicians, especially those unsung heroes who provide Alberta rural communities with outstanding patient care and who make notable contributions to both their medical practice and their communities. Following a review of the outstanding candidates nominated, the RPAP Awards Selection Committee selected you as the 2020 award recipient based on the extent of both your medical and community contributions. It is clear from the letters that accompanied your nomination, and indeed the speeches today, that as someone who submitted a letter of support for your nomination stated, you are an amazing and integral part of your rural community. You have helped enhance the quality of healthcare in Wainwright through the care you offer your patients and the work you do behind the scenes within the health system. You have also demonstrated great leadership over the years as physician lead and board chair of the local primary care network, former chief of staff of the Wainwright Health Centre, a champion of the Morrow B program, and a key supporter of the transition of the health centre into a rural stroke centre with one of the first portable CT machines in the world, and a teacher and mentor to future health professionals. Your healthcare colleagues are convinced of your devotion to your profession, service to your patients, and facilitation of community growth. Outside of the hospital, your contributions have been just as tremendous. There have been very few aspects of the community that you haven't touched through your fundraising and committee work. Wainwright school playgrounds, sound systems, skateboard and splash park, art project initiatives, festivals, nurses' banquets and firefighters' ball, football program, and theater, to name but a few, have all been touched by your extensive volunteer efforts. The broader community of Wainwright recognizes how much you have offered to the area throughout your long career. They tell us, Wainwright will be forever grateful for Dr. Brilz and her contributions towards making our town a great place to live. More than that, they feel that the community is undeniably a better place for you having been a part of it. As another testimonial stated, Dr. Brilz is a true hero of this community, and it is about time to give her some of the recognition she deserves, and we couldn't agree more. So it is my pleasure, on a day that is also coincidentally National Physician Day in Canada, to congratulate Dr. Brilz as the 2020 recipient of the Rhapsody Physician Award, and to thank her for her many years of service to Wainwright and surrounding communities. For each award recipient, RPAP makes a $2,500 donation to an Alberta-based nonprofit health or social organization working within the community on behalf of the award recipient. And Dr. Brilz has selected the Wainwright and District Community Health Foundation CT scanner project for this donation. Normally I'd hand the check to her, but because of COVID, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll just Vanna White the check and the award for you. And so, on behalf of the Rural Physicians Action Plan, it is my honor to present you with the 2020 Rural Physician Award of Distinction.
When I heard that we were going to do a park in my name, I was really quite honored. I've been listening to you today, and it's a little overwhelming, but I very appreciate all your kind words and help. And I mean, Wainwright's been a place that originally I was going to stay for 5 years, and now I'm here 38 years later, and probably not going to live here, go anywhere else until after retirement, if even then. I've enjoyed working in a small town. I think it has major advantages. It's nice to know your people. It's nice to deliver babies and then deliver the babies of the babies, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be in practice long enough to do the babies of the babies of the babies, but we'll see. In fact, I was a little concerned last night when they called me about a lady in labor, and I thought, oh my God, I hope she's not going to deliver at 2 this afternoon, but she did it at 2 a.m., so we're good. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for all this. I'm very touched and honored by this, and it's after all those accolades, it's kind of hard to live up to it, but we'll keep on going. Thank you again.
Bev, for all the patience you squeezed in before lunch or at the end of the day, for the broken bones you fixed, for catching my 3 kids and every other kid that you see around here, thank you. These are letters from all the people in our community that appreciate what you've done. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Well, this
will be, well, this plaque will be here forever as well. We will be doing signs at both entrances as well that we will have installed too, and that's why you're going to start the hole. So again, on behalf of the community of Wainwright, we hereby unveil this park, Dr. Beverly Brilz Park. Maybe. There we'll do. So the sign says Dr. Beverly Brilz Park, dedicated by the town of Wainwright on May 1st, 2021. For 3 decades, Dr. Brilz has made substantial contributions to the community through her work in the medical profession, as a volunteer, and as a donor to countless local organizations. Dr. Brilz's involvement in making Wainwright a better place to live was also recognized by the community with the 2020 Rhapsody Physician Award from Alberta Rural Health Professional Action Plan. Thanks again for coming, everybody. Thank you very much again, guys.